opponent is toxic, I have no problem being toxic back. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with ManaMan. Today, we've got a juicer for you. We've got Dungeon Samurais. That is right. We've got a funky little deck here. So, Samurais came out, and unfortunately, I think that they're a little bit underwhelming. So let's see how we can maximize the ability of these Samurais. First off, I want to focus on Isshin 2 Heavens as one. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability to trigger, it goes an extra time. So this is a lot of mana restrictions. We got a black, a white, and a red. How can we really use this to bust? I think what we need to do is just get as many things that trigger on attack as possible. So the first thing I thought of was dungeons. So we got the Triumphant Adventurer. Whenever it attacks, you venture into the dungeon. We can use this 2 times if we get to attack. So that's the first thing. We got, obviously, the dungeon is kind of this part of the theme here. So we have Nadaar, Selfless, Paladin. Again, whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, again, the keyword is that whenever we attack, you're going to be able to venture into the dungeon again. So we're going to be able to go into a lot of different dungeons here. That is kind of the goal here, but it doesn't just stop there. It doesn't just stop there, because we also have Hopeful Initiative. This card is awesome because it has training. Now, if you have Isshin out and you can train 2 times instead of just 1. And I'm telling you, that adds a lot of bit of aggressive pressure to our opponents. So a lot of different cool things here. Reinforced Ronin also has haste. I'm only running 3 because 4 is a little bit too much. Late game, it's a lot of times you kind of want to use channel if they have too big of a board to break through. But the haste is also really good. It's a 2/2 with haste, so it's really good. Goro-Goro, Reinforced Ronin and Goro-Goro are like cousins or something. They're very, very similar. But I love Goro-Goro here. We do have different ways to make a modified creature. There are a few different ways that we can give a 1/1 counter with Thundering Raiju, Hopeful Initiative, a bunch of different things. So Goro-Goro is actually really good. Not only does it give things haste, because obviously we want to be attacking a lot, so it gives things haste, and you can also make a 5/5 red dragon spirit creature, which is absolutely amazing. So Goro-Goro is awesome. Wish it wasn't legendary, but it's so good that it probably has to be legendary. Now, again, the Samurais are a little bit underwhelming here. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, untap it, and then you get an additional combat phase. I have this into mostly, I mean, it's half flavor, half experimental, because we don't have a lot of samurais or warriors. A lot of these are, unfortunately, they're knights. So we have a lot of knights. They're not warriors, but we do have a few samurais. So the samurais are going to be fine. We have enough samurais to activate Ryuu Storm Edge. For enough to have 2 of it, I like it a lot. Thundering Raiju is just another aggressive card we can put pressure on, and again, makes modified creatures, and we do have a lot of 1/1 counters that we can do. Adeline, let's get real, Adeline is amazing, and gets really tall and makes 1/1s, so that's really cool. Now, I want to spend a little bit of time on the Rip Apart. Rip Apart at 4, people are going to look at this and they go, yeah, okay, man, whatever. Rip Apart is insane. I'm just going to tell you right now, if you have been playing lately, you know that Selesnya Enchantments or the Naya Rune deck is running wild. Rip Apart stops them in their tracks cold. I'm not joking you. It is never really dead, because unless you're playing Azorius control, you're always going to be able to destroy an artifact or enchantment, or they're going to be able to kill a creature. The only drawback here is it is a sorcery. I'm telling you, it does not matter. Rip Apart is absolutely beautiful in this deck. I'm telling you right now, you need to run Rip Apart in aggro decks that are white and red. Doesn't matter, just run them. Fateful Absence, also awesome. It's an instant and just extra removal and can really do some things. But other than that, we're just going to be using Reckless Stormseeker, haste, and we're just going to be using Isshin 2 Heavens as 1. Hopefully we can get some crazy attacking triggers off. And obviously we got the Secluded Courtyard, a bunch of different cool stuff here. Let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Heroes, Pyros, how are we doing here? Let's go ahead and then, oh, this is a weird hand. This is a weird hand. We have to commit. Usually we want to be using Secluded Courtyard for Samurai, but for here we'd have to do it for Knight, but I think we have enough Knights to make this work, so I guess we'll go ahead and keep this. Really, really strange way to play this deck, I'm not going to lie. I've never really ran into this yet, but we're going to go ahead and try it out. We're going to call it Knight instead of Samurai. We do have a plethora of different things we can do here. So I've got a clean white and black source here. So I'm actually going to call this out. We're going to go ahead and go for white here so that we can get out our Triumphant Adventurer, and we'll keep the Secluded Courtyard. So pretty good here, pretty good. We can also, well, Jukai Naturalist. Jukai Naturalist is a huge problem, and we're going to have to get rid of this thing as fast as possible. Problem is we don't have a red source just yet, so, oh my gosh, what do we want to do here? Well, let's go ahead and just, let's go ahead and attack. Oh, your go. My goodness. We are not that slow here. So I guess we're going to go for... Let's go for Dungeon of the Mad Mage here. Or, yeah, let's do this. I have a feeling already we're going to be having to use the long-term game, and then we'll be able to use target creature can't attack till the next turn. Maybe we get them to, okay, your go. We're just gonna give him a friendly wave and a kiss. We're feeling cocky today. Whatever. I don't know what's going on here. So they're just gonna say your go. Okay, we're gonna take a time here. I know this is kind of toxic, but I'm kind of just thinking anyway, so I don't feel that bad. I guess we'll go ahead and drop this, and we'll call. Let's just call human. Let's just call human, so that we can actually get this human out in due time. We'll go from selfless paladin here. Let's take a scribe. Maybe we can get a red source here. We get a reinforced Ronin. That's not going to be good. We can. It is a human as well, so it works with Secluded Courtyard. But I'm just going to put this away for now. So okay, let's see our impatient opponent, who unfortunately is running Selesnya enchantments, so probably going to bash our head in, which isn't good. But you know, at least we'll be able to prevent them from attacking next time we attack or do enter into the dungeon. So, Touch of the Spirit Realm is going to get rid of what? Our Adventurer? They get rid of the Adventurer instead of the Paladin, which is a little bit strange to me. But, hey, it is what it is. So, okay, we still got a Fateful Absence. We're sitting okay here. I don't know what we want to do. We can go for Adventurer and then go for Fateful Absence. This deck is very important to... This deck is very, very important. Oh my gosh, your go. We're going to blow him another kiss. We'll probably time out on purpose if we lose this, because I'm really annoyed by that. So I guess we'll just go ahead and use Fateful Absence on the Jukai Naturalist. Let's go ahead, yeah, and then we can drop the Adventurer right after we attack. So Paladin is going to go in. At this point, I'm just going to create a treasure token, because we have nothing to prevent from attacking, so that doesn't really help us a whole lot. We go for Stormseeker. This already has haste, so I guess we'll just go for Triumphant Adventurer, and then we'll be able to go into another hasty thing next turn. So Generous Visitor is going to come out, Commune with Spirits. These are going to go up to 2/2s. Ooh, a Jukai Naturalist. That is a really, really rough thing to get into here. This is going to be, what, 2/2s, but we just got to make sure that we kill the Jukai Naturalist. The Jukai Naturalist is by far the most problematic here. Let's go into our red source here. Let's see, we can go scry 2, and we can create 2 black skeleton creature tokens. The creature tokens are not that great here, I feel like. So I'm actually just going to go with Thundering Raiju here. Let's go ahead and pay this up here, and I wish we had one more source here, but unfortunately we do not, but it's okay. I am going to swing in here. Alright, let's go ahead and do a whole lot of dungeon stuff. So let's go ahead and put this on the Paladin. And now we get 2 dungeons. Let's go. Let's scry 2 here. We need something a little bit good here. So Isshin, 2 Heavens as 1. That's actually going to be pretty good. I guess we can keep that. We'll put the land on the bottom here, and then we'll exile the top 2 cards. We may play them this turn. But I don't really want to do that because I really do want the Isshin. So I guess we'll just create the 2 skeleton tokens. I guess. They're going to have to take at least 1 casualty, so that's just going to go away. Down to 7 they go. We're looking pretty okay. The Isshin will be able to trigger everything off twice, but the problem is I'm really nervous about maybe more removal, but they're kind of out of steam at this point. I guess the Ruin is the most problematic thing that we can run into, because these things are just pretty much free value. For 1 mana, they just play something and then just draw a card. So Michiko's Reign of Truth, this thing's going to be able to get bigger. The problem here is with the lifelink. If it wasn't for the lifelink, I think we would be okay. But as long as they have that lifelink, they're going to be able to do a lot of damage here. And they also have trample, so we're just going to let this go. Ouch! That is a big time hurt. Big time hurt. So now we can go for Isshin 2 Heavens as 1, and we can go for what? We're gonna give them. I know they're angry, and I'm not worried about appeasing them at all. So we can go for Isshin 2 Heavens as 1, and we can get all of these things to ping off twice. And I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna go out for pretty much like an all-out battle here, because this thing does have trample as well. So I think it's pretty much do or die time here. So let's go ahead and swing in, and Isshin will be able to make everything go off 2 times. So this is what we're here for, baby. This is the dungeon time. We're gonna put this on. Let's go ahead and spread out the value. So let's go ahead and put this on one of these tokens here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And now we'll be able to do all of this. Scry 3. The Scry 3 is going to be pretty cool. But what we really want to do is make sure we do Mad Wizard's Lair, so we can paste these without paying the mana cost. We want to get into some sort of removal. So I'm actually just going to discard all of this. Get rid of all that. We want some sort of removal that we can play. Draw 3 cards, reveal them. We may play 1. Come on, baby. We need some removal. That is going to be decent enough. So destroy target artifact or enchantment. Let's just go ahead and kill this Jukai Naturalist. Bang! Look at that. No more of that. And now, before these all go through, I think we can just maybe use 2 of Annihilation. We kind of just want to kill them at this point. So we're both going to lose 1 life. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Lose 2 life unless they discard a card. I'll go ahead and discard one of these lands here. I don't really care about the land at this point anymore. And then these Thundering Raijus are going to be able to do more damage here. And it's going to go off 2 times because of the Isshin. 2 heavens is 1. We're going to go ahead and say, your go. Hey, your go, champ. I'm not usually like this, but when our opponent is toxic, I have no problem being toxic back. So 2 of Annihilation, they're going to lose 2 life unless they discard a card. I think they probably will. They don't. They just take the 2 life here. And now look what you've done. Look what you've done. Look what you've done. Now, again, I do not care about being toxic because they were toxic first. So, good game. Kisses. Goodbye. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more Magic deck videos every single day. Dr. Yo-Yo, how's it going here? We'll go ahead and, this is not a great hand, but we'll go ahead and keep it. I don't really want to mulligan away a 2-hand land, so. Dr. Yo-Yo, I used to love yo-yos. They were my thing back in the day, you know? I was terrible. Don't get me wrong, I was absolutely horrible. Couldn't do any of the tricks, but I thought I was cool walking around school with a yo-yo. So, Reinforced Ronin, we're going to go back to our hand here. Get a little bit of damage off. We could have went for Forsaken Crossroads, but we don't have anything for turn 2 right now. So I guess we can use a Forsaken Crossroads on turn 2. Peel off a little bit of damage, and this thing is annoying because, oh, goodness. Goodness. This is going to block out our Ronin pretty well here. So let's go ahead, do this black, white. Let's see, I guess we could use a little bit more red. No, we got enough red. So I guess we'll drop this for white. Doesn't really matter, we've got our black source, and we'll take the scry action. Another Forsaken Crossroads. I'm actually going to say no. We've got enough land at this point, and yeah, sure, we'll play the Ronin. I mean, we could have untapped it, and just for funsies, we could have untapped the land and then discarded Reinforced Ronin. But I think the Scry is probably, I don't know which one was better there. The Ronin's probably not going to be too relevant for a while. It might still be relevant though to kick off the end of some sort of combat step or something. So I do feel comfortable with keeping it. And now what do we want to do here? I think we just go for Reckless Stormseeker. Nothing too fancy here. Just going to drop this for black. We will need black at some point. We do still have red. This is white. Yeah, I think we're pretty much all fixed on our mana sources here. So let's go ahead and drop the Reckless Stormseeker. Woo! Let's get it going with the werewolf. And 3/3 with haste is nothing to scoff at. I mean, I know they've got some things they can do here, but let's see if the Jukai the Jukai Visionary. I'm used to the Jukai Naturalist from all these enchantments decks, so I'm gonna go ahead and return to the hand, do the thing. They block the damage, but let's at least. Oh, I kind of revealed that a little bit too early. So let's see what they got going on here. Gatrog, Horror of Zava, some more Snowland. Okay, interesting choice here. Binding the Old Gods is gonna kill our Stormseeker. That's really sad, but I don't think it's the end of the world. We got another Forsaken Crossroads. I guess we can just go for red. We're gonna need one more red source for the Thundering Raiju anyway. So let's drop this, and we can go for Stormseeker and Ronin, but I actually want to just drop the Storm's Edge here. Let's drop the Storm's Edge here. I think the upside is a little bit too high. If we get to attack alone and then untap it and create Thundering Raiju and Ronin, that's a lot of extra damage, so it'll probably die, but I think the upside of having Ryuu out here is just way too high to ignore. They're going to have to remove it, or they're going to have to give us an additional combat step, and I know they do not want to do that. There's no way that's in their best interest. And they're still far off from being able to cast like Blood on the Snow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't do that yet. So I think their only move here is pretty much to use removal on Ryuu. So our opponent's taking their time here. They're probably thinking about the massive amount of damage that we are about to strike upon them. Wow, and they actually let it go nighttime as well. Well, I don't recommend doing that. That is pretty insane to me. I guess we were gonna drop Thundering Raiju, but I guess now we can just go Stormseeker now that it is nighttime. So yeah, let's just drop the Stormseeker. There's no way that they are gonna let this Ryuu Storms. Oh man. Okay, well, we're just gonna go for Reinforced Ronin. It's got haste and everything. So what we can do now is when this attacks alone, we're gonna be able to untap it, which is cool. So it's actually kind of close. If they want to commit to killing this, they're gonna have to do this now, because once I attack, they're gonna give me an extra combat step. So if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it now. You might as well do it now. I'm assuming it's coming. There's just no way it's too good to be true. And they say, okay, that's interesting. Well, let's go ahead and give the Storm Charge Slasher to itself, just in case they do kill the Storm's Edge here. Which I'm like 99% sure they wouldn't be taking this much time if they didn't. And this is crazy. Are you going to let me do it? No, there's no way, right? Come on. There's no way. They're surely taking their time. Come on, the anticipation is building. Come on, the anxiety, the anticipation. Are you gonna kill the Storm's Edge, or are you gonna give me an additional combat step? They are. No way. Whenever a warrior or samurai attacks alone, untap it, and if this is the first combat step, we get another one. So we don't attack with the other creatures, but we're gonna be able to get more. Wow, they let us have it. Do they have no removal? And because Storm Charge Slasher, this is another combat step, we're going to be able to do it again. I'm going to give it to the Storm's Edge because if they do have removal and just haven't used it yet, I want to spread out the damage here a little bit. And they just give up. That is insanity. Wow. Solus, how we doing here? This is a pretty good hand. We'll definitely keep this. Definitely a keeper. This is a little bit tricky though. This is kind of one of the downsides of the deck. The mana is a little bit wonky, so if we committed to red to go into Reinforced Ronin, we can't get into turn 2 Triumphant Adventurer. So we're gonna opt to not do that. Let's go ahead and drop this for, we need plenty of white. Yeah, let's just go for white here. I'm gonna do this rather than drop the Ronin. The Ronin just goes back to our hand anyway, and the Hopeful Initiate is pretty bad here. We want the Hopeful Initiate on turn 1. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Just not that good. Just outclassed by our other moves here. So iTwitch is gonna come out. Yeah, we love iTwitch. I love playing with iTwitch. It's a good card. So we can go for human. We can go for knight. Yeah, there's a lot of different synergy with the Secluded Courtyard. A lot of different things we can do with it. I'm just gonna commit to black now and go for our Triumphant Adventurer. Hopefully we can get into some dungeons here. See what we can do. Don't Deadly Dispute me. That'd be really mean. Oh, Cursebound Witch. Okay, Cursebound Witch is even better, you know? At least we'll get first strike on our turn. That'll be pretty cool. So, I guess we'll just go for... We can go for Adeline for more pressure. We can go for Nadaar. Okay. Okay. We are going to need a red source at some point, but we can just go... I think at this point we can probably just call human, right? Because we don't have a red source, so I actually want to keep that at bay. We'll just go for white. And we want to go for Adeline or Selfless Paladin. I guess we'll just go for Adeline for the added pressure. Just extra aggressive abilities here. So 1/1s, yeah, 1/1's actually not going to be that good here. Which dungeon do we want to go into here? That's going to be the question. I think we'll go for the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I feel like Mono Black Sacrifice is really grindy and really gross, so we're going to do that. This will just get killed immediately. They will be able to draft a card. Again, yeah, I think Dungeon of the Mad Mage is probably the best thing we have. We do have a Nadaar, Selfless Paladin, that we can use as well. So I think we'll probably just be in this weird, long, grindy matchup versus this deck. We'll see if that's the right choice. I definitely don't think that it's the Tomb of Annihilation. They have so much life gain and whatnot that I don't think that killing them like that will be the way. So Fellstinger, they actually don't. That is interesting. That is interesting. I guess they want to kill our Adeline here. Okay. I think that's fine-ish. I guess this is a good time to drop our Ronin, so let's commit to the red here. We've got Reinforced Ronin. They are tapped out, so I'm not worried about anything in response or anything. And we'll go for Nadaar, Selfless Paladin. Let's see where we can just do this. Let's scry up. We don't need land. Just anything but a land. No, get that land out of here. Yucky, yucky, yucky. And we're just going to swing all. We're going to swing all. I know that I can do a lot of different things here, but target creature can't attack until your next turn. I think we can do that. It's not great. It's not great, but it's fine. It's fine, I guess. It's either that or create a treasure token. The treasure, we have no use for the treasure token, like, at all, so the treasure token doesn't do anything. We're going to take a casualty with the Adeline here. This is not really that great. The iTwitch is going to be able to block. Yep, at least we'll be able to do the first strike, so let's see what they want to learn. I wonder if they're running Eye Twitch, Cursebound Witch, and I wonder if they're going I'm sure they're running Shambling Ghast as well. So they got the trio. They get a Pest Summoning. Okay, so this comes back to our hand. Not great. Not great. Reinforced Ronin is a nice little card, but it's like a niche card. It really is. So they can go with the Pest Summoning and just kind of get some life gain, delay the inevitable, but we still have some dungeon. We still got a lot of dungeon stuff that we can use. Scry 2, Exile top 2. A lot of different things we can do here. I think I want to attack first. I don't know if I kind of do want to go for the Ronin though. Yeah, we'll go for the Ronin first. I don't want to play any land. Let's just calm down on the land. If we want to use the Ronin's ability, we can call Samurai with the Secluded Courtyard. So let's go ahead and just swing all. We're just trying to get through all of these little chump blockers. Scry 2, give us something good here. Ooh, 2 lands. That is an easy scry. 2 bottom. Don't want those. Those are yucky. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see what we can get off the rip here. And yeah, we'll go ahead and do the Triumphant Adventurer, and we will auto pay that. Yeah, that sounds fine with me. And yeah, we'll play this as well. Sounds good. We can Fateful Absence. The Fateful Absence is not good here, so do not play that. This is gonna... Okay, so they're just doing some more chump blocking, right? Yeah, just chump blocking. What are they gonna draft? Let's see what they draft here. Eventually, they can't just keep blocking us forever. Hopefully, we can just aggro our way into a win here. But this is gonna go down to 1 life. At this point, the Reinforced Ronin... Okay, we'll go ahead and keep this. We could have used Reinforced Ronin's ability. I guess I wanted the extra land. Probably a misplay. I mean, we can still use Fateful Absence, but I don't know if we're going to make the most of this Fateful Absence. So, Fell Stinger, yeah, we're definitely going to be able to use this on the Fell Stinger. If they want to get rid of that, that's actually okay with me. They are going to lose 1 life because they lose 2, but the Pest gives them 1 life, so just 1 is fine. But we're going to be able to use Fateful Absence, and I have a feeling they don't want us to Fateful Absence here. I don't think they dropped a land as well, so Cursebound Witch is definitely very annoying, but we're going to go ahead and just Fateful Absence on this Spell Stinger. Don't want to trade this Nadaar, Selfless Paladin, and I don't care about the clue. Oh, no, no, oh, that's so brutal. We're just getting flooded with land, I don't understand. We're just going to go for red here. Man, that is unfortunate, wicked unfortunate. We can still do a lot of caves, or not cave, we can do a lot of... This is it, the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. This is what we're here for. So I guess we'll just drop the Reinforced Ronin. We want to stay aggressive here, and we're going to do a ton, and I mean a ton, of dungeon stuff here. So Scry 3. We really want to get into something really cool here. So not that. Goro-Goro, is that good here? Goro-Goro has to attack, right? If you control an attacking modified creature. None of these are modified, unfortunately, so we're gonna get rid of the Goro-Goro because none of them are modified. Yeah, none of, right? No, yeah, no counters or anything, no. So let's go for Mad Wizard's Lair. Here it is, baby. And we get the Reckless Stormseeker. That's not like the greatest thing ever, but I guess we do get a bump with the Paladin now. So let's go ahead and just do. I want to kill them quick now at this point. 2 of Annihilation, sure. Let's just kill them quick. Let's give them not even a chance to recuperate. Down to 6 they go. They're gonna be able to draft a card. I'm not. The reason why I'm going for the kill here is because I see that they only have 4 life. So yeah, let's go and do this. We can always use the channel ability. I don't think there's any rush to use it because it is the end turn. So we will say, yeah, that's fine. And again, the reason why I chose Tomb of Annihilation is because they don't have enough for Blood on the Snow, and that is gonna be a good game. Hi, Gara, how are we doing here? This is a gosh darn good hand if I've ever seen one. Let's go ahead and keep this. This is a keeper if I've ever seen it. And we are on the play as well. Wow, we're feeling real good here. Okay. Let's drop this for white. The red is more important than the black here, so I'm going to do that over the Needleverge Pathway. Let's get our Hopeful Initiate out. So hopeful. Let's hope that we can get a good start here. We're going against green red. Are we going against the enchantment deck? We are going against the enchantment deck. Okay. This is why I love the Rip Apart. Rip Apart is so good in this deck. So that's why I'm running 4. It's removal, it gets rid of artifacts and enchantments. So I absolutely love it. Let's go ahead and commit to the black here, and let's get Triumphant Adventurer. But let's just go ahead and swing in first. Triumphant Adventurer does not do anything the turn it comes out. So we'll just go ahead and do this. I know that we could go for Rip Apart now, but I think we want to get the Triumphant Adventurer out first. I think that's generally the best thing we can do. I want to save this for the Jukai Naturalist. No Jukai Naturalist. They're going to go for, I think it's the Circle of Confinement, but they do have the alternate art here, so they're going to take away this. Okay. We're going to need a lot of removal here, but not before we can go for the Sundown Pass. We're going to go for Reckless Stormseeker, and because this thing is going to give ourselves haste, we're going to do this, and we're going to be able to train here. We want to rack up as many of these counters as we can on the Hopeful Initiate, because if we get up to 2 for 3, we can remove and destroy something they have, and gosh knows that they have a lot of enchantments here. Runeforge Champion is an issue. They're gonna cast what, all of their runes for 1. So I think at this point we have to start considering using our Rip Apart, and I think we are. I think we're just gonna have to Rip Apart this Runeforge Champion. Love the Rip Apart, super special shout out. We're just gonna have to kill this thing. They're gonna be able to just cast all the Rune of Might, and they're gonna have way too much value there. So we're gonna have to just do that. Unfortunately, we're sitting a little bit semi-awkward here. We'll be able to train one more time, which is cool. But, you know, we're a little bit lacking here. We want at least one more thing that we can play here. If we can just get one more thing, we can use Hopeful Initiate to kill an enchantment of some sort, and we might be okay. So another Runeforge comes out. Very annoying, because now they can just, place this down, and this is going to be able to have lifelink. That is brutal. That is pretty brutal. Now they go up to 3/3. This is kind of close. Okay, so they're going to gain 3 life here. Thundering Raiju is interesting. We could... Okay, that's interesting. Again, we're sitting a little bit awkward. Just a little bit awkward. We can't use... This already has haste, so the Reckless Stormseeker doesn't really benefit that much from it, but this also has lifelink. That's what's so problematic here, and I think we have to just be kind of aggressive here. We can use Hopeful Initiate to kill one of these runes, but I don't think that's going to be enough. We're going to have to use Thundering Raiju here. And we'll use this on the Reckless Stormseeker. Yeah. Spread out the damage. The Raiju has to go on the Stormseeker. Yes. So that we get the extra damage off with Thundering Raiju. And now that they have to chump block. This way they have to chump block, and that at least puts enough pressure on them to where they couldn't keep the Runeforge Champion. Now, I know they still have a lot of cards they can play, but at least this way we put a lot of pressure on them. If they don't have removal, it might be over, and they have to remember that because we have all of these counters with the Raiju, we have 3 counters on the battlefield, so Hopeful Initiate is going to be able to destroy target enchantment or artifact, but I think we're going to choose enchantment in this case. So this is actually kind of close. It depends how much removal do they have. They can still gain a lot of life with this Generous Visitor. Okay, so Generous Visitor is going to come out. I'm assuming they're going to use the Rune of Might, and they're going to make this thing really big. Really big. This is going to go to, what, a 6/6? Okay, and then they still have 1 untapped white source. I don't know if they can do anything with that. Forsaken Crossroads is going to come out for red. They're going to untap it. They're going to give it Rune of Might or something. Oh, no. Wow. So, Michiko's Reign of Truth is going to be brutal here. They can't go for lethal, but wow. That is unfortunate. We are going to need... Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness, how unfortunate. And we get flooded with land. The land is just not going to be good here. We'll drop this for red, but we can actually kill something. We can actually take away their trample ability. Oh my god, what a nightmare. That's a nightmare. True blue, genuine nightmare. I guess we're just going to have to give this to... Let's give this to the... We're going to swing in with the Raiju. So, swing in with the Raiju. I guess we'll do this so that we can at least train. And then that way we'll have 4, so we can kill 2 things. Okay, so this is not over. This is not over. Well, I guess we'll give this to the Hopeful Initiate. Sure. This will be able to train, and then we deal some damage here. Even if we swung all, we can't challenge for lethal, so it is not worth it to do so. But here's the interesting part. We can still use the Hopeful Initiate 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we can be able to get rid of the Reign of Truth. I mean, this is risky, but this is like our only shot. We had to stay aggressive. We can use this against the Reign of Truth, and then we can at least just get rid of the Trample. So if we can just get rid of the Trample ability, That'll be pretty much good enough. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. I know that they can still go for lifelink, but we're just trying to hang in here. Jukai Naturalist, yep, it's not fine. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not fine. But we have no choice. So, Runeforge Champion, they're going to be able to play free Runeforges now. Let's see what we want to do here. This is going to be... We can use the Hopeful Initiative to get back this, and this does have Death Touch, so we can get rid of this. But the Trample is what we're going to yeah, this is going to get rough here. So it is a Rune of Speed. So they're going to be able to play this for free. Put a 1/1 counter. What are they going to put it on? Are they going to put it on this? So we can actually take this, right? The trick that I want to do, hopefully they're out of runes. If they're out of ruins, we might be okay. Oh my god, please stop. Please stop with the ruins. We can actually, we're still in this. If we can take the Runeforge Champion. Oh my god, no way. No way. Okay. This is so unfortunate. Oh my word. So now we're forced to use this sucks because normally we would want to use this on the trample and then we would use, they're not expecting this for the Triumphant Adventurer, but now that we are forced, our hand is forced to do this. We're gonna have to use the Rune of Might. We have to get rid of this. Have to get rid of the trample ability. And yeah, I think we just lose now, right? So I guess we got greedy here, but no, we did the right thing. We absolutely did the right thing. We can't take this anymore either. We did lose. Yeah. I don't know how else I can explain it, but if they didn't have another Rune of Speed specifically, we could have won this. Because you take this, we lost, so, but, you know, whatever. But we could have blocked this, got the Death Touch back, blocked the Trample. We were actually in there, but it doesn't always go your way. Oh well. Beaker Moose? How are we doing here? Let's go ahead and keep this. This is pretty good. Usually, automatically, I'm seeing right away, the Secluded Courtyard is typically something we want to play with Samurais, but because we don't have a Samurai in our hand right now, or an Isshin, we're definitely going to want to play... Oh, well, we get an untappable land for white, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that. I really hate this bat. I've said it a million times, probably 100 times. I'll probably hate it 100 more, but hate this bat. Hate it. Let's go ahead and drop the Hopeful Initiative. This is pretty good hand here. We got Rip Apart. I absolutely love Rip Apart because there are so many enchantments and art. This card is never dead. The only drawback is that it is a sorcery, but I'm telling you, it's just never dead. There are so many different things that get hit. It's pretty much just never dead, except for like Azorius Control. It's kind of dead, but you don't even really run into that a whole lot. So this is sad because we don't have anything else to play right now. I guess we'll just go for red. Yeah, we'll go for red here. I'm not going to rip apart the Shambling Gas. That really doesn't make any sense. I guess we'll just swing in. I know we're going to just probably take a block here. I don't think they would take the -1/-1 onto the initiative. I could be wrong. Maybe they do. They do not. They do not. So we can do this. I actually... I think we're just going to use the rip apart on this treasure token. Yeah, sure. Let's just... If we can just rip apart this treasure token, yeah, they could... Yeah, okay. So we'll pop it away. I mean, it's theoretically like getting rid of a land. You know, hey, whatever. Land destruction is good. Professor of Symbology is not good because now this just comes back. Okay, well, what do we want to do here? We can drop the Sundown Pass. Yeah. We can go for Adeline here, or we can just go for Rip Apart. This thing's not worth ripping apart just yet, so we'll just go for Adeline here. And we're not going to swing in because we can get this to train, and then this won't be able to block so effectively with it. So we want to get the Hopeful Initiative to train. That's kind of the goal here. Sanguine Brushstroke, hello! Now here comes the Blood Artist. So we're going to be taking some casualties if we want to swing in here, but I think it's okay. I really do. I really do. And plus we get Thundering Raiju. We're going to be able to steam out some crazy amount of damage here. So we'll drop this for black. We do need at least one black source here. And yeah, let's go ahead and do Thundering Raiju. Let's do it, man. Let's bring the thunder. Now we're going to be able to train with the Hopeful Initiative. So let's see how we want to do this. I want to put the 1/1 counter... Nah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine if we just give the, don't have to worry about doing that. So let's just give this to the, let's just give it to the Adeline. Why not? Why not? And we'll be able to train here, do some damage with the Thundering Raiju, because we do have 2 modified creatures. That's why I chose Adeline instead of Hopeful Initiative. That's an extra damage source, just, you know. So we take them down to 7. They're just going to take all of that damage, which is very surprising to me. They can't even meet hook here, so that was actually really, really surprising. Yeah, I mean, I don't see... Wow, they take all of that damage. That is very, very surprising to me. Professor of Symbology is kind of just done. It's just a vanilla card at this point. They have an Environmental Sciences, which can, you know, save them a little bit, but I don't know, at this point, I might just want to rip apart the Blood Artist here, and they just give up. There's the power, baby. Too fast. So we're back here at the Hideout with the post-game rep, and definitely just gotta say that this deck was really, really awesome to play. I think we maximized the Isshin 2 Heavens as 1. I think we really did. I don't know how else you're supposed to run this, but again, it really helps to have Forsaken Crossroads as a 3-color deck here. It really helps out with Isshin 2 Heavens as 1. I think that this deck is pretty good for what it is. I mean, is it better than X deck here, insert deck here? I don't know, but you definitely have a shot. I'm telling you what, you have a shot against Control because it's really fast, and you have a shot versus the Enchantment deck as long as you have those Rip Aparts and those Fateful Absence. Keyword is quick. You cannot let them get going. You have to kill the Jukai Naturalist immediately. You have to kill the Kami of Transience immediately. You have to kill these things fast, and you'll have an opportunity to win because you'll be able to outspeed them. If they're just sitting there with a bunch of rune cards in their hand, you'll be fine. So I know that the enchantment deck is all the rage right now, but you definitely have a shot at versus them. I promise you, you do. So this is the deck. Go ahead and leave me a like. The thumbs up button looks just like this. It helps out a lot. And go ahead and just subscribe, comment, tell me how ugly I am in the comments. Do something because it just helps out the channel a lot, and I appreciate all of you. But until then, I'll see you on the next episode. ManaMan out.